baptized, talking about Lydia, and with her household, she besought us, saying, if ye have judged me to be faithful to the Lord, come in my house and abide there. And she constrained us. She says, listen, guys, I know you're renting rooms out at the Motel 6, but me and my husband, we have a whole bunch of room up at our place. Why don't y'all come stay with us? You know, we'll make sure you got fed, get fed, you got, clean sheets. Salvation changes us. But look at verse 16. Salvation changes us. But look at verse 16. And it came to pass as we went to prayer, a certain damsel, possessed of a spirit of divination, met us, and which brought her masters much gain by soothsaying. This is a little girl, and she's got a demon in her. She's demon possessed. As soothsaying means that this demon would tell people what their futures are and all this. And it made her master. She was to make it weird and to have people walk away from him. And this to make it weird and to have people walk away from him. And this did she many days. It went on, constantly yelling in the background. These men are the servants of the Most High God. Finally, it got under Paul's skin. Paul was a man who, let's just say that he spoke his mind. I don't think Paul was the kind of man that if he had a problem with you, that you didn't know about it. He would let you know that you had a problem with him. But Paul, being grieved, it annoyed him. That's what grieved means. Turned and said unto the Spirit, I command thee, and besought them to the magistrate, saying, these men, being Jews, do exceedingly trouble our city. And they teach customs which are not lawful for us to receive, neither to observe, being Romans. They're starting to say, listen, they're causing all kind of trouble, and if we listen to them, we're going to get in trouble with Rome. And we have a pretty sweet thing going on here. We don't want to get Rome involved. And the multitude rose up together against them, and the magistrates ran off their clothes. 1 second, I'm trying to hurry. It changed her life. She was not in charge of herself. Her masters were using her every day for money. And that evil, wicked thing was inside of her, controlling her. And finally, God's preacher showed up and cast the evil out. And now she's set free. She can live on her own. I can't tell you how many Christians who have been... persecution, you should expect opposition. You don't listen when there's a football game going on, it doesn't surprise us, and the prisoners get away, they kill you. You don't just lose your job, they kill you. And usually they kill you in a very slow. They were singing praises to God because God hadn't changed. He was good for them to worship when everything's going great and it's sunny and the smell is nice. And God is still the same God. Supposing that the prisoners have been fled. Remember I said, supposing that the prisoners have been fled. Remember I said, the Romans will kill you, and they will kill you slowly and painfully. And maybe not just you, might even be your family. And he says, I'll just go ahead and put it into it real quickly. It'd be less painful this way. But Paul cried out with a loud voice, and do thyself no harm, for we are all here. And he called for a light, and he sprang in. I love that. He was like, this ain't normal. And normally when you have somebody's in prison and the door's open, if you go down to when you have somebody's in prison and the door's open, if you go down to the regional jail and you open up the doors, I guarantee treat their wounds. And then in the morning, they said, you can go now. And Paul's like, excuse me, I don't think so. We're Roman citizens. You guys didn't try us. Is it legal to be a Roman citizen without a trial? And they're like, uh-oh, we're in trouble. But the whole point of it is the salvation. Even in the bad times, even when you're going through the darkest parts of your life, God is still there. God brought Paul and Silas where they were so they could preach to that jailer man and his family. He got that even sometimes that bad circumstances may befall us, but even in the midst of what I have here for this morning, come back this evening and